Welcome to this week's Crypto Roundup. In today's recap, Tornado Cash developer gets 64 months for money laundering. The Senate votes to overturn the SEC's crypto rule, but Biden may veto it. Wisconsin makes a historic Bitcoin ETF investment. Roaring Kitty's return boosts Solana's GME meme coin. Biden shuts down a Chinese crypto mining operation near a U.S. missile base. FTX's Ryan Salame seeks an 18-month sentence. Pump.fun faces a flash loan attack. Degen Chain recovers from a 2-day outage. Block Tower Capital suffers a major hack. A Cipher protocol insider admits to a $300,000 theft. Circle relocates to the U.S. ahead of its IPO. Let's begin. Tornado Cash developer sentenced to 64 months in prison for money laundering. A Dutch court has convicted Alexey Pertsev, a developer of Tornado Cash, for laundering $2.2 billion through the crypto mixer platform. Pertsev, a 31-year-old Russian living in the Netherlands, received a sentence of 5 years and 4 months. The court ruled that Tornado Cash was primarily a tool for criminals, facilitating illicit activities. Judge Henrietta Slar said of Tornado Cash that the criminal user is fully facilitated. Pertsev's defense argued that as an open-source developer, he couldn't control how Tornado Cash was used. However, this argument was rejected. The verdict is expected to significantly impact the development of privacy-focused DeFi tools, creating a chilling effect on open-source projects. Tornado Cash was sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury in August 2022 for its role in laundering funds stolen by North Korean hackers. On Thursday, Pertsev appealed his conviction, seeking to challenge the guilty verdict and potentially serve his sentence at home during the appeal process. Senate votes to overturn SEC's crypto accounting rule. The U.S. Senate voted on Thursday to overturn the SEC's Staff Accounting Bulletin 121, which sets accounting standards for firms that custody cryptocurrency. This decision follows a similar vote in the House, but the latest resolution is expected to be vetoed by President Joe Biden. SAB 121, introduced in 2022, mandates that firms holding crypto must list customer holdings as liabilities. Critics argue that this rule could hinder banks from managing digital assets. The White House maintains that rescinding the bulletin would destabilize financial markets. The Blockchain Association wrote on X, "The threat of a presidential veto denies the fact that there is a growing awareness among the voting public, particularly young people, that crypto is something our elected officials should care about." President Biden's veto would require a 2/3 majority in both chambers to be overridden, a challenging feat given the current vote counts. Wisconsin makes historic Bitcoin ETF investment. The State of Wisconsin Investment Board has made a groundbreaking purchase of nearly $100 million worth of BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF in the first quarter of the year. This acquisition of 94,562 shares marks the first instance of a state-level institution publicly declaring such a significant investment in Bitcoin ETFs. In addition to BlackRock's ETF, SWIB also acquired shares of Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust, valued at around $64 million. Together, these investments total over $162 million, underscoring the growing institutional interest in Bitcoin as a viable asset. Normally, you don't see large institutions like state pensions investing in new ETFs so quickly, but these are exceptional launches, wrote Eric Balchunas, senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg on X. He added, "Expect more institutions to follow suit as they often move in herds." Roaring Kitty's return fuels Solana GME surge. Keith Gill, also known as Roaring Kitty, has made a dramatic return to social media, igniting a massive rally in Solana's GME meme coin. Gill, famous for his role in the GameStop trading frenzy of 2021, posted a meme on X after nearly 3 years of silence, sending the GME token soaring by 1,418% within 24 hours. The token saw a trading volume of over $101 million, making it the fourth most traded asset on the Solana network, according to blockchain analytics firm Bird Eye. Gill's post, a meme of a gamer getting serious, symbolized his return and quickly went viral, attracting over 26 million views. This resurgence of activity also lifted other related tokens, such as GameStop and GME on the base network. Gill's reappearance has not only influenced the crypto market, but also led to significant gains in traditional finance. GameStop stock jumped 74% to $30.47, reflecting the widespread impact of his online presence. Roaring Kitty's enigmatic posts featuring scenes from popular movies and TV shows suggesting that more activity could be on the horizon have left his followers eager for what's next. Biden shuts down Chinese crypto mining near U.S. missile base. President Joe Biden has ordered the shutdown of a Chinese-owned cryptocurrency mining operation situated near Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming, citing national security concerns. The Mine 1 facility, located within a mile of the base housing Minuteman III nuclear missiles, was found to be using foreign-sourced technology, raising significant security issues. The White House stated that the British Virgin Islands registered company, predominantly owned by Chinese nationals, initiated operations without proper clearance from the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States. This oversight triggered an investigation following a tip-off. Secretary of the Treasury Janet Yellen said, "This action underscores our commitment to ensuring foreign investments do not compromise sensitive U.S. military sites or involve critical technologies." The president's order mandates the removal of all mining equipment from the site and authorizes the Attorney General to enforce this directive. Meanwhile, the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission initiated a proposal to ban trading on political events, reflecting a lengthy legal battle to protect public interest against prediction market trading. In regulation-related news, the SEC refuted Coinbase's demand for completely new crypto regulations, arguing the existing rules are workable and don't need an overhaul. In the same week, which has been packed with controversy around crypto and political issues, Coinbase-initiated nonprofit Stand With Crypto launched a PAC to support political candidates favorable to the crypto community, with plans to back 5 congressional races. Former FTX executive Ryan Salame seeks 18-month sentence. Ryan Salame, a former executive at FTX Digital Markets, has requested a sentence of no more than 18 months in prison. Salame pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges related to illegal political contributions and operating an unlicensed money transmission business. Despite not being required to cooperate as part of his plea deal, Salame provided assistance to prosecutors in the case against former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, who was sentenced to 25 years. Salame's lawyers emphasized his lack of involvement in the misappropriation of customer funds and his belief in the legitimacy of FTX. Salame's legal team presented over 24 letters of support, including testimonies from former colleagues. His sentencing hearing is scheduled for May 28th. On Thursday, former Alameda Research co-CEO Sam Trabucco submitted a character reference for Ryan Salame ahead of his trial. Trabucco, who described Salame as his best friend, acknowledged Salame's illicit activities but called for fair consequences. Highlighting their deep and unlikely friendship, Trabucco emphasized Salame's positive qualities and significant impact on his life, urging the court to consider Salame's character in addition to his actions when determining his punishment. Pump.fun exploited through flash loan attack. Pump.fun, a Solana-based meme coin launchpad, suffered a significant exploit by a former employee who used flash loans to manipulate bonding curves for new tokens. The attacker, identified as Stack, publicly claimed responsibility, citing personal distress as motivation. The exploit involved using flash loans to quickly buy out bonding curves and repay the loans before the tokens launched on Radium, causing Pump.fun to lose around 12,000 SOL, which accounts for over $2 million. In response, Pump.fun paused trading and upgraded its contracts to prevent similar attacks. Despite the attack, the team assured users that bonding curve contracts with locked LPs on Radium remain secure and all connected wallets are safe. Degen Chain suffers 2-day outage. Degen Chain, an Ethereum Layer 3 blockchain, experienced a 53-hour outage that halted block production and rendered decentralized applications and bridges unusable. The interruption began on May 12th when Conduit, a roll-up infrastructure platform, made a custom configuration change that caused disruptions. The network is back online as Conduit resynchronized its nodes from the Genesis block. Conduit filtered transactions from 5 addresses with millions of failed transactions to expedite the network's recovery. A detailed post-mortem of the incident will be provided by Conduit, which acknowledged support from Off-Chain Labs and Syndicate in resolving the issues. Block Tower Capital hit by major hack. Block Tower Capital, a prominent crypto investment firm managing $1.7 billion in assets, has fallen victim to a significant hack, resulting in substantial losses from its main hedge fund. According to sources familiar with the situation, the firm has yet to recover the stolen funds, and the perpetrator remains unidentified. In response, BlockTower has enlisted blockchain forensics experts to investigate the breach and trace the stolen assets. The firm recently informed its limited partners about the incident but declined to comment publicly. In related news, Son Finance on Optimism was exploited for $20 million due to a vulnerability in forks of Compound Finance. All markets on Optimism were paused. A list of exploiter wallet addresses was published, and efforts are underway to recover the funds. Cipher Protocol Insider admits to $300,000 theft. The Solana-based decentralized exchange Cipher Protocol is grappling with internal betrayal as a core contributor known pseudonymously as Hoke confessed to stealing approximately $300,000 from a fund established to recover from a prior exploit. Hoke, who had stayed on to help rebuild the project after a $1 million hack in August, admitted to taking the funds and gambling them away. Hoke executed 36 withdrawals from the recovery wallet. He said, "I know likely nothing I say or do will make things better, perhaps other than rotting in jail," citing a crippling gambling addiction as the motive behind his actions. "This is incredibly saddening to me," said Barrett, another core contributor who disclosed the theft on social media and has reported Hoke to law enforcement. Barrett added, "I never thought this would be a possibility. Having a core contributor who stayed on after the exploit to try and rebuild the project be the one who rugged funds from the redemption contract." The Cipher Protocol team is now working with authorities to address the theft and ensure justice is served. Circle moves legal base to U.S. ahead of planned IPO. Circle, the issuer of the USDC stablecoin, has filed to relocate its legal domicile from Ireland to the United States, as first reported by Bloomberg. This move comes ahead of Circle's planned initial public offering in the U.S. The company's spokesperson confirmed the filing but declined to provide further details on the decision. Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire emphasized the strategic importance of this shift. "Positioning ourselves in the U.S. aligns with our long-term vision for growth and regulatory clarity," Allaire said. USDC, Circle's stablecoin, holds the position of the second largest in the market, with a market cap of approximately $33 billion, trailing behind Tether's USDT. Binance monitorship assigned to Forensic Risk Alliance. The U.S. Department of Justice has appointed Forensic Risk Alliance to monitor Binance Holdings Limited for 3 years, following its plea deal for violating money laundering regulations and trade sanctions. Binance agreed to pay $4.3 billion in penalties, and CEO Changpeng Zhao stepped down, receiving a 4-month prison sentence. Forensic Risk Alliance was chosen over Sullivan and Cromwell, which faced criticism for its handling of the FTX bankruptcy. As monitor, FRA will ensure Binance complies with the plea agreement, accessing internal records and reporting to the government.
Hey all, I'm excited to share some news with you. Unchained has launched a new crypto and macro podcast. I highly recommend you watch the first episode of Bits and Bips, exploring how crypto and macro collide, one basis point at a time. Hosted by experts James Cipher, Alex Kruger, and Joe McCann, they dive into why we might be in a super cycle, an intriguing theory on what the SEC might say about ETH, Tether's business, and much more. Don't miss it.
And that's it. Thanks for joining us today.
Unchained is produced by me, Laura Shin, with help from Matt Pilchard, Juan Aranovich, Megan Gavis, Pam Majumdar, and Margaret Correa. Thanks for listening. Unchained is now a part of the CoinDesk Podcast Network. For the latest in digital assets, check out Markets Daily, 5 days a week, with host Noel Atchison. Follow the CoinDesk Podcast Network for some of the best shows in crypto.